Hello, and welcome to the weekly moon update for May 22nd through May 28th. We have a first quarter week, and some important dates that I want you to add to your calendar is that we are going to have a moon meeting on Monday, the 22nd, and this is actually a little bit late. We usually do this before the new moon, but we're technically doing this after the new moon because I was sick last week and we just weren't able to do it. So we're going to have the moon meeting for the Taurus new moon cycle. And that again is going to be in Discord on Monday, the 22nd. And then also we're going to get back into our Tarot Tuesday readings because like I said, I was sick and wasn't able to do it last week. So I hope you can join us on Twitch for Tarot Tuesday and in Discord on Monday for our listening of the audiobook of the Seasons of the Moon and Flame for this current moon cycle. So let's jump into the moon energy for this week. So when I get ready to color in the moon phases, I look at the main phase for the week. In this case, it's the first quarter. And then I make my way backwards. It's just, I don't know, easier for my brain that way, but you can do it however you'd like. So I'm just going to draw a line where I want to eventually shade in. And in this case, we're starting pretty close to the center because of the first quarter. And then we're kind of drawing our line towards the left side because at the beginning of the week, we're starting off with a waxing crescent. So the part that you're shading in is mostly dark because we had a new moon last week. So with the waxing crescent phase, we are slowly increasing the light half. So once we get to the first quarter, you're technically shading in half of it, whereas at the beginning of the week, you were kind of shading in like a quarter of it. And then on the other side of the first quarter, you do the opposite. You're just continuing to decrease that crescent because after the first quarter, we have the waxing gibbous phase. All right, so on Monday, we have a waxing crescent Cancer moon, and while this isn't my favorite sign to start a week off in, it's still really lovely energy. And it gives you the opportunity to sort of see Cancer in a different way outside of the home, because we think about like very homey energy, self-care energy for Cancer. But how do you, unless you have Monday and Tuesday off, how do you take this home-like feeling into the outside world? So how do you make your office at work feel more like home? How do you make the place that you work and the people that you work with, how do you make that more of like a family-like environment? Or if you're like me and travel a lot for your work, how do you make like your vehicle feel more homey? How can you make yourself feel more comfortable while you're on the go? And this is also waxing energy, so this is like more active than a relaxing, waning kind of energy. So that's Monday and Tuesday. And then early Wednesday morning, we move into Leo. So Leo is going to give us that fire and that action to like really get things going this week. So if you have any like major to-dos that you need a lot of energy for, I would recommend setting them or scheduling them for the middle of the week, because this is when we're going to have that fire energy that really helps activate whatever it is that you have going on in your life this week. Leo also likes to have fun and like be the center of attention. You can really like highlight something that you love about yourself during this time. I like to always like work on my confidence when we have Leo energy available to us, solar plexus energy. And actually, spoiler alert, our chakra card for the week is a solar plexus chakra. So I think that's going to be kind of like the highlight. The Leo energy, I think, is going to be like the highlight of the week. So we'll be in Leo energy from all day Wednesday, all day Thursday. And then we have a huge void of course time on Friday. So this is when the moon is transitioning between Leo and Virgo, and it's basically all day. So from 2:38 a.m. Friday morning until 11:05 p.m. That's supposed to say p.m. So basically all day Friday there's going to be this like transition energy. You might still be feeling the Leo energy, or you might be starting to feel the Virgo energy. So you can still use this energy to your advantage. It might be a really good time if you are really noticing that you are sensitive to the moon's energy and noticing these zodiac energies. This might be a good time to really tap into your energy and what is your energy with the absence of the moon affecting your emotions. Or this could be a time that you at least schedule one day this week where you're not planning anything, when you're just allowing yourself to see how the day flows and how you feel throughout the day. I personally, one of the intentions that I set for the new moon in Taurus is to have off days. Working for myself, I find myself working like all hours of the day, no matter if I have appointments or meetings or stuff planned to do. I'm always working in some shape or form on my business. So one of my intentions for this moon cycle, and hopefully that's going to carry out into the rest of the year, is to really just take a day off. Take a day off where I'm just reading a book or sitting out in the sun or taking a walk in the park. Because I really just don't do that. I don't take a day off at all, ever. And that's why I find myself crashing like I did last week, and really my body forced me to take a day off. So see how you feel with this void of course energy, especially because it's like it's almost the entire day. It basically is the entire day. So then Friday evening at 11:05 p.m., we move into Virgo. So Virgo energy likes to get things organized and get things done. This week is not really like, if you are someone that has basically like a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job, this week might feel a little bit off to you. Or if you're someone who works on the weekends, this week might feel very active and productive for you, because Virgo likes to get things done. And usually, because I've worked on weekends like my entire life, so usually Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday is when you actually have a day off. This might be a good productive week for someone who works on the weekends. For those of you that work Monday through Friday, this might be a good day to really get things organized and get things done at home. Check off your to-do lists that involve being at home. I mean, we're almost entering into summer season, so this might be a good opportunity to hose off the deck furniture, fill up the pool, or do some sort of outdoor activity, because Virgo is really going to help you get that shit done. Okay, so just to recap the energy of this week, we're starting off with Cancer water. So this is an opportunity to kind of get into flow with this week because of the water energy. Be prepared for emotional energy at the same time. So just be gentle with yourself, be gentle with your coworkers. Allow for some ease and grace in the beginning of the week. Then in the middle of the week, around Wednesday, we have that fire, and you can start activating and taking action on things, especially because we are almost to the first quarter. So we've got a lot of energy available to us right now. And then we've got earth energy. After that fire energy, we like to have this earth energy to kind of bring us back down to the ground, so that we're not overflowing and having all this volatile active energy. Personally, as someone that has a lot of fire in their chart, too much fire is just you're running around like crazy and not actually getting things done. So this Earth Virgo energy helps us like, wait, let's focus on something. Let's get one task done at a time instead of attempting to do 5 things all at once and not completing any of them and being tired and burnt out. So this is why we have all of these different elementals energies throughout the week. And for this week, we've got the water, like water going down, fire bringing us up, and then the earth bringing us back down again. Alrighty, so we are working with the color goddess casting cards today, and we have turquoise, direction, point, and purpose, and empowered oneness with it, which is a solar plexus card. So just looking at these first impression, I love that like this has a very watery kind of energy to it, the turquoise. It even kind of, at first I kind of thought, oh, that's a map. I thought it was like a stingray. So this card kind of has this underwatery kind of feel, and we're starting off the week with a water sign and then moving into a fire sign. So it's nice to have that solar plexus energy here too. But let's see what the turquoise has to say. The crystal, of course, is turquoise, and I think we see a couple of different examples here with the necklace that she's wearing, and then there is also a necklace kind of floating around up there. The flowers, they're kind of hard to see because they match the background, are blue puya flowers. This is a throat chakra card. Again, the keywords are direction, point, and purpose. And the basic message is the best path opens for you now. Be willing to give and receive with guidance. You are headed in the right direction. So turquoise is both a color and a gemstone affiliated with the throat chakra, helping one to speak with clear intent as well as listen to understand. Turquoise goddess is essentially a pathfinder, finding the most optimal path and pointing you in the right direction. Her flowers are the blue puya flowers, puya meaning point. There is the point of her spear, which she uses to direct those who seek her guidance. She calls you through her door into her realm, where she is able to communicate with nature and the animals. The birds are her scouts, flying high, getting a bird's eye view of what lies ahead. Deer are a part of her trailblazing team. She nods and unfolds a map for you, but you cannot see the details of the map with your eyes open. She motions for you to sit by the fire where you close your eyes and suddenly the direction is clear. Do not be too proud to ask your spirit guides or wise elders for guidance right now, especially if you are uncertain of your path. But first of all, who needs direction in their life right now? So empowered oneness. Allow yourself to see the light in others and you will illuminate your own being. For when you hold others with deep respect, you shine that same light upon yourself. Let this light radiate from deep within you, bringing energies of power, prosperity, and courage to all who cross your path. This process becomes easy and automatic once you remember that we are all one. You're being called upon to embody unity consciousness as a source of power in the world. Again, this is solar plexus card. The crystal is golden calcite and the herb is turmeric. Again, I love this energy for the flow from starting off the week with Cancer and into the Leo energy, because one of the fatal flaws of Leo energy is ego. So how do we work with the ego so that we're not belittling others or putting people down or honing power over people? We do this by empowering oneness and encouraging others. And I see this as like the turquoise talking about direction, but also the illuminate your own being, for when you hold others with deep respect, you shine that same light upon yourself. This like leading and shining your light so that others can follow you. And that's what makes a good Leo leader, is when you are lifting other people up and encouraging people to all work together and work as one. So if there are any of you in the community that are maybe feeling lost at this time, I know I certainly am. I really find that the moon meetings help me find direction, because it's like sitting with the planner and like reflecting on the month ahead, but then at the same time like listening to these stories and these rituals and ceremonies that they suggest in the chapters. And I don't know, it's just like sitting with your energy and like really figuring out which way you want to go or what you want to do or what you want to accomplish. Because when we get stuck in this, like, I love my vertical planner, but like when we get stuck in this like linear thinking, we oftentimes are just repeating the same thing over and over again and not actually like making any growth or expansion or movement, because we just get into this cycle. And yes, we're talking about moon cycles in the planner, but hopefully you're understanding what I'm meaning about like the cycle is to encourage growth and expansion. Like when you think of a spiral, and I talked about this in the pick a card reading for the new moon, like every path on a cycle is further and further and further away from the start point. So this is like, we are meant to grow and expand, even if we are continuing on a cycle. We're meant to like eventually spread out and not just stay stuck in the middle there. So I hope you can join us in Discord for our moon meeting. I apologize for like leaving you guys hanging last month. So this is going to be for like the current moon cycle, and then the next moon meeting is going to be a few days before the next new moon. So that's on June 13th. I'll let you know like when we get closer to that date. And if you're interested in a private reading to get more like individualized guidance and direction, those are available on my website, priestessofwonderland.com. And I'm getting ready to kind of change a few things. So now might be a good time to get it. Or we also have monthly memberships available in Ko-fi. Those are pretty much, all those different tiers are pretty much set in stone now, I guess you could say. So there's a couple of different options. You can get weekly cards, you can get a monthly reading, or you can get 2 monthly readings. So there's all different options to help you kind of stay on track. I mean, I always encourage people to do the work on their own, but sometimes it's good to have an objective perspective and kind of an outside influence to, like, for me personally, it's helpful to have other people do readings for me, because I tend to get in my head and I question myself and I doubt myself. And so it's helpful to get that validation from somebody else. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and maybe we'll see you around the community. Thank you so much for joining me in Wonderland. We'll see you on the other side of the looking. Turquoise goddess. Odin is a turquoise goddess. There is also the turquoise point of her sphere, which spear,